This is Talk of the Town, a weekly program featuring community events happening in and around Northeast Michigan, with your host, Nancy Smithem, and the latest news from Alpena Community College with Dr. Olin Joyton. And now, today's Talk of the Town.
Good morning and welcome to Talk of the Town. I'm Nancy Smithem. My first guest today is Val Williams from Huron Humane Society. Hi, Val.
Hello.
You brought this lovely, lovely young lady with you today. Her name is Hope.
Yes, she's awesome.
She's brindle.
She is. She's brindle. She's a terrier mix. She's a new mom. Hope came into our shelter with her 6 babies, and she has 1 left, probably right around 3 to 4 months old.
Okay.
Pretty good size already. So, but yeah, we're trying to get Hope a forever home. She deserves it.
Yes,
She's
she does.
absolutely adorable. She's super sweet. As you can see, pretty laid back. She loves to play. She's very loving. She's loyal. And she likes to go for walks. She's just a perfect dog. She really, really
wonderful
is.
personality.
She does. She does. So I guess if anybody's out there looking for a really sweet dog to add to their family, Hope would probably do well in any home. She could be the girl for you. So contact us at the Humane Society, 356-4794. Also, she has a profile on our website, which is huronhumanesociety.org.
Okay.
And then she's also on our Facebook page.
Okay, very good. So we can see her lots of places.
Yes.
And what would it take to adopt Hope?
Well, Hope's adoption fee is $50, and along with that adoption fee, she's fully vaccinated. She comes with a free vet visit, a free physical vet exam, microchipping, so she'll have the little microchip inserted in her, right under her skin. And she comes with a bag of dog food, and she also comes with, I believe, a free grooming still from Susan Rotz. So she comes ready to go to her forever family. And like I said, I think Hope would get along with just about any animal, any person. I can't see anybody having a problem with her anyway at all. So she would fit good into any home. There's no reason Hope should still be at the shelter.
I know,
so
she is.
let's
You're
get
wonderful,
her
Hopi. You're
a home.
wonderful, Hopi girl. Okay, and you have a fundraiser coming up, I know.
I do. I have a couple of them to talk about, actually. We have had a really nice summer so far between the motorcycle run and the bowl-a-thon, lots and lots of support, but we do rely on 87%, almost 90% of our funding to come from the general public. So we're always doing something, and we're trying to change it up. This year, we, of course, are doing our tag day like we normally do. We'll be doing that at Walmart and Neiman's here in Alpena. We have some volunteers, and we actually need more volunteers if anybody's interested. The dates are Friday, July 13th, Saturday, July 14th. We need volunteers to man a canister at one of those locations for like a 3-hour shift.
Okay.
Supposedly Budweiser is thinking about being there with us also to incorporate like the We Go dog. I don't know if you saw that during the Super Bowl, but we might have some We Go dogs there of our own. So thank you to Budweiser for their support for that. But if you think you might be able to help, we would love to have you Friday, July 13th or Saturday, July 14th. Shifts run from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. and 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. And it would be so much help for us because we really do rely on that funding. If you're interested in volunteering, you can call the shelter, 356-4794.
All right.
And then the other one I was just filling you in on, this one's super exciting. We're calling it Quasi for Critters, which is really fun to say. A huge thank you to Churchill Point Inn. The owners out there, Don and Sharon, they had an employee come to them and say, hey, I have this idea. I kind of want to do this fundraiser. And once she contacted me and we started talking about it, it just kind of went from there. What they would like to do is a dog paddle costume race. We will be having people entering a costume competition and then also a dog paddle race on Saturday, August 11th this summer. So just about 2 months away. You can come out to Churchill Point Inn on Saturday, August 11th. The race starts at 3 p.m. Registration is at 2, and we will be having some pledge packets available. People can go out and get pledges similar to what you might do for like the Polar Plunge or for our bowling event.
Okay.
And then come out and participate in the race. We have food and beer tent provided by Huron Distributors or Budweiser, and we will have all kinds of prizes out there. Again, like I said, it's kind of new in the works anyways, so we have a lot of ideas to kind of hash out yet, but it should be a fun time.
Oh, spending an afternoon on the lake, watching people have fun and raising money for animals.
Absolutely.
Doesn't get much better than that.
No, and we'll have music. I mean, you could come out on the lake, spend the day just watching the event. I mean, watching people in dog costumes paddling across the lake for a prize or a trophy is going to be fun. So, yeah, come out and support us. You don't have to enter the race. You can just come out and watch, or if you want to enter the race, please do contact us for a pledge packet. Again, you can call us at 356-4794. And I just want to thank again the owners of Churchill Point Inn for doing this for us, because it's going to be a great event. And then I know we haven't mentioned it in a while, but I'd like to remind the public that we are completely separate from any other humane organization. Go into detail about that because we've had some letters come in lately, some emails and some responses on Facebook asking us about our affiliation with other organizations. We are not affiliated with PETA. We are not affiliated with the American Humane. We are not affiliated with Michigan Humane.
Okay.
We are independent, as are most animal shelters around here anyways, and we rely on the public to fund our operations.
Yes.
That's it. You know, we get a minimal amount from the local municipality. It's enough to assist us with taking in stray animals, and that's about it. Other than that, we need money for animal care, medical costs, cleaning supplies, paying the heat bills, paying the electric bill, just keeping the doors open. We keep our adoption fees low, so all of these fundraisers really are important, and just reminding people that we are completely separate from any other organization. So
now, your motorcycle run was very successful.
It was. Our motorcycle run was one of the best we've had in a few years. It was close to $5,000 was the income that we brought in, and it's all 100% comes back to the Humane Society. The businesses that sponsored us, the different stops that we made that day, they don't accept money from us. They don't make money and then keep it. They actually donate everything back to us. They all pay a sponsor fee to be involved. And Denny from Chief's Bar and Grill, I always call him Denny, but he was very instrumental in pulling this event off. He really was. And a huge thank you to them, because their support, again, everything that they gave back was 100%. So, yeah, that was one of the best ones we've had in a long time.
Glad to hear it.
Yes. Yep.
Okay, and volunteers, you always need volunteers at the shelter.
We do. We always need volunteers, anything from animal care to helping with fundraisers, helping with event planning, cleaning. We have some volunteers that say, I just want to come out and walk the dogs. Sure, go ahead, come on out. The animals always want to get outside.
Yes.
And we have wonderful staff, and we have wonderful volunteers that come out all the time to do animal care and to take animals for walks and play with the cats and things like that, but we can never have enough or too many. So, yeah, absolutely. That's a great way to support the Humane Society.
And food and kitty litter and supplies, laundry sheets, laundry soap, fabric softener sheets, old towels, blankets. You use all those things too.
All those things, pretty much anything you could think of for a household we would need. And then the dog and cat food, of course, are huge. Kitty litter, you know, the blankets for the dogs. Every now and then someone really generous comes in with dog beds, things like that, bones for the dogs. Anything you can possibly think of that your animals might want or need, we definitely want or need.
And you have drop boxes all around, so it's easy for people that don't have to come out to the shelter and wonder about your hours. They can drop them at the grocery stores.
Absolutely. Neiman's for sure has a box. And then Lori Steffen at Real Estate One is really giving with her time for, you know, taking in donations like that, whether it's for the shelter or for a fundraiser, whatever it is. Stop into Real Estate One, and I guess, you know, while I mentioned that, she also does every week, every Thursday, she has a meet and greet at her office with one of our adorable adoptables. So if you can't get out to the shelter, we understand that it's just not a place a lot of people want to go.
Right.
They don't want to see homeless
hard.
animals. It might be a hard thing for you. So we started doing that a few years ago at Lori's office, so that there was a nice central location for people to go, and no pressure. There's no sales pressure at all to take the animal home. But we have our animals there once a week. You can come in and meet one of our adorable adoptables like Hope.
Okay,
So,
we're out of
yeah.
time.
Yeah.
Phone number again.
989-356-4794.
Okay, thank you so much for being here.
Thank
Look forward to talking to you next month.
Thank you.
I'll be right back with Eric Schlueter from Boys and Girls Club of Alpena following these messages. Hi, welcome back. My last guest today is Eric Schlueter from the Boys and Girls Club of Alpena. Good morning, Eric.
Good morning.
busy time of year at the Boys and Girls Club of Alpena.
Very busy. We always pick up more kids through the summer.
Right, when parents are working.
Yeah.
And you know, I always say there should be kids lined up outside your door every day. They get to come into the club, they get to work with mentors, they get to do fun programs, they get to play in the gym, they get to go on field trips, they get snacks, they get a free lunch,
Yeah.
they get everything.
Yep.
It's just unbelievable. And like I said, every time I walk by there and hear the joy and the laughter, I think this is where I'd want my young children to be.
Yeah, we have a lot of fun with them in summer, or all year actually.
Right,
It's a lot
and
of fun.
summer programming, the theme is the great outdoors.
Great outdoors. We're trying to get them outside as much as possible this summer. We're doing golfing out at River's Edge on Tuesdays. We're going out there for a little over an hour, teaching how to golf. Doing hiking, trying to get out hiking. We fish on the river every Friday. We've been fishing on the river.
Wow.
So, book club went out yesterday out to the Rotary Island, sat out there and read. With volunteers come in, YBC comes in and reads with the little younger kids. So as much as we can outdoors.
It's a great place to be, and you've got some special programming too. You want to go through that and tell me about the programs?
Yep, Brainworks is one we do through the summer. We kind of went with a different program this year. What it does is the transition for kids like going from second to third to fourth. We have packed materials for them to go through to keep up with their schoolwork and stuff like that, reading and math especially. And so far the kids really love it. They like the new books we have and stuff like that.
Well, it's important that kids do things through the summer intellectually and keep stimulated, because you really can lose skills.
Yep. That's one of our summer ones. Kids Lit we do all year round. It's a reading program. One of our staff members, usually it's Jen Digna, runs that with them, and they read a book, discuss it, what they learn, what they talk, just different things that happened in the story.
Okay.
Clay Tech is one we do in the summer too. We did it last year for the first time. It worked out really well. If you ever seen the animated like Wallace and Gromit movies, the kids are making those themselves.
Oh, wow.
Of course, they aren't as long. They're like 8, 10, 15 seconds long, but it takes a lot of pictures just to. You take a picture of one set, and then they change the figures, and you take another picture, and then they put it into a movie.
Wow.
It's really cool. So.
It would be.
Yep. Art we do all the time. We have people that do different projects with them all the time in the art room, or try to do stuff, like I said, outside if we can get some art stuff done outside. Wanna Play is one we run year round. It's physical fitness activities in the gym or outside. We run that year round. Healthy Habits is run year round. That's a food program. Eating right, cleanliness, nutrition, all that kind of stuff. That's one that goes year round. Smart Moves is one we do year round. This summer we're concentrating on, it's called the ABCs of bullying. So
that's really out there bullying. You hear
yep, either in person, especially online now. We're covering all that stuff. So that's going real well. Town Pride is actually the junior high torch club. Matt Mashinsky runs that, and their project for the summer at the club is cleaning from 2nd Street Bridge to 9th Street along the river there. So that's what they're doing this summer.
What a wonderful project.
Yeah.
Yay.
Very good.
And for kids that don't want to do that, there's the computer lab,
we have the computer lab, the open gym.
Games.
We have our game room, our main room. We've got 4 pool tables, air hockey, bumper pool, foosball, all kinds of games, puzzles. There's always something to do.
Okay, so they never get bored. Plus, you get a chance to meet some new friends and hang out and like I said, be mentored, and you're not even realizing that you're learning things.
Right. Yep.
Okay.
They're having a lot of fun. Let's see. Brad Summers does the library book club. Like I said yesterday, they went out on the island and read. They plan on getting to the library and actually doing some work there too. So. Brad runs YBC all year round. He does a summer program, which is very full. I mean, it's packed.
Yes.
But yesterday they set a new record at Nemska.
They did?
As far as pallets packed for food for people. The old record was 32 pallets, and the other day they did 34 pallets.
Oh my goodness, yay, YVC.
Yeah, they did a great job.
Great. Well, they are a bunch of good kids, and like Susan and I always say, when you volunteer and you're helping others, what a good thing to put on your resume when you're out looking for a job or on your college application.
Yeah.
Let people know you're well-rounded, you're part of your community, and you give back to your community.
Yep. The other thing I want to mention too, I am also the mentoring coordinator, and I run a high school BIGS program mentoring. That goes through the summer too, so if you're looking for something to do for the summer, if you're not working as a high school student, or if you have some extra time, we could always use mentors, not only in the high school bigs, but just our community base too.
Yeah, so give you a call and find out. And if if parents want to come for a visit at the club, look at it and see what it is. You know, you come into the door, you have to stop at a certain point, but they'll check you all out and they'll give you a tour of the club and let you see what it is and what your children can expect if you do enroll them.
Right. If the parents want to come, we kind of urge them to come before noon, before the kids get there, and then we can give them a complete tour of the facility. If you come when the kids are there, we ask parents to wait at the door, and then we'll take the kids on a tour.
Yep.
A lot of times we'll have kids that have been members there for a while do a tour for the kids, so it's a little more to their level, you know, so they might know the kids too, so it helps.
And it's just really fun. Instead of sitting home doing nothing, watching TV or playing video games, you're out, you're learning, you're doing things. Like I said, getting the lunch, getting the snack. It's all, you know, very affordable, and if someone can't afford the $10 for a family, give you a call because you have very liberal scholarships. You'll find someone that'll help pay for them.
Yep, we always do. Somebody will always step forward and help us. The food program, like you mentioned, is at 12:30 in the summer. We serve a healthy lunch, and at 3:30 we serve a snack.
Wonderful.
And during the school year we serve a dinner at 4:30.
Yeah, so it's a good dinner. Come in. You don't even have to be a member of the club to come and enjoy the meal.
No, you don't. You can just come in. Yeah.
Just come and eat. So come on in if you're hungry. Come on over. Up to age 18, correct?
Yep, from 6 to 18.
From 6 to 18. Come in. Okay? And there's so many things we're leaving out, but just the field trips and the fun things that you do. You go a lot of places and do a lot of things, so kids need to be a part of it.
Yes, yes. Just show up, you'll have fun.
Okay.
That's all you have to do.
And volunteers, you always need volunteers too for events that you're doing, and for if you have a hobby or a craft or something that you could do, come in and show kids at the club and let them learn a skill or a trade or a craft. That's always good too.
Yep, if you have something you would like to share with the kids, anything, you know, just give us a call, and if we can work out a time, and we usually can work out a time, if you want to come in and demonstrate or show them how to do it, that'd be great.
And the community-based BIGS program is going well through the summer too?
Yep, that goes, you know, year-round. We could definitely use many more of those if you have time and we're thinking about volunteering. Give us a call at the club, and I will personally get you set up with a little mentor.
Yeah, and you know, we do background checks and check everything out so parents are safe and secure. If you have an hour a week and an hour a month or something that you can do to enrich a young person's life, you know, it's a good thing to do, painless and easy. And when school goes back on, you'll have lunch buddies again.
Yep, lunch buddies will start back up in the summer, and I've been contacting all those and thanking them, and looking forward for them for next year. And we've had several kids this year move on to the junior high, and a lot of those people have said, yeah, I will do it next year too.
Good.
Just find me one. So. And
once again, the high school BIGS, high school students, you're looking for something fun to do this summer, hang out with someone, have a friend who relies on you, looks up to you, and respects you. You know, high school BIGS is a good place to go.
Yep, this is very good.
And then contact you at 356-0214.
Yep.
Or stop by the Lanny Kingsbury Center, 501 River Street?
601.
601. I was pretty close.
You were.
601 River Street.
Yep.
Okay. Thank you very much for being here. Tell Susan and Brad and Matt and everyone I said hello, and look forward to talking to you all next month.
I will. Thank you.
Thank you. Please stay tuned for Dr. Olin Joyton following these messages.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to Talk of the Town. I'm Olin Joyton, president of Alpena Community College. My guest this morning is Maris Gilles, who is the undergraduate nursing program manager at the University of Michigan Flint, and Mr. Eric Hansen, who is a proud Alpena Community College nursing graduate from the class of 2011 and is now enrolled in the University of Michigan Flint Bachelor of Science in Nursing program. Welcome to the show, Maris and Eric.
Thank you. Thank you.
And this past week, we passed a wonderful milestone in the history of cooperation and partnership between community colleges and universities in Michigan, because we signed an agreement between our two schools that will bring the BSN program to students on our campus and in our whole community, so that they can follow the path the trail that you blazed, Eric, in completing the BSN at University of Michigan Flint. So congratulations, Maris, on our new partnership, and it's great to have you in town to celebrate that occasion. And to you, Eric, your pathway from what you learned at ACC to elevate your education to the next level, that's great. Maris, how about talking a little bit about the BSN program at the University of
Sure.
Michigan-Flint, and what led you to form a partnership with ACC?
Well, we realized that the need for educational mobility from the community college to the university level was something that students really could embrace. And, you know, Eric knows firsthand that students really need to be able to find a way to transfer their education in a convenient, efficient manner so that they can advance their education to the baccalaureate level. Our program is really designed for that RN who works full-time, focusing on flexibility, and we're excited about our new venture with Alpena Community College in terms of delivering some mixed mode delivery, cyber classroom, on-site in Alpena, on-site in Flint, classroom lectures, and so it's very exciting. We're really looking forward to the relationship with Alpena.
That's great. Many members of our audience know that at community colleges in Michigan have been trying to get bachelor's degrees of their own, including nursing. I've always had a philosophy, let's work both sides of the street. Let's continue to cultivate university relationships like we already have with Ferris State and Northwood University here on our campus, providing access to bachelor's, and now with University of Michigan-Flint, while at the same time pursuing the authority to do our own. So the goal is to have greater availability of bachelor's degree programs for people in our community, which we've got some catching up to do. In Alpena County, only 15% of residents 25 and older have bachelor's degrees. That compares to 25% for Michigan as a whole. So in an isolated rural area, we have to be very inventive and dedicated to offering more programs of this kind to people in our community who need the higher education. And it's great to be able to strike this deal with you and get the program rolling this fall.
We are, yeah. Well, I mean, and like you said, nationally, by the year 2012, there's a goal to advance the educational level of nurses to the bachelor's degree or higher at a level of 80%, where, you know, right now we're sitting at about 50% nationally. So, you know, we're looking to be able to help out in that regard as well.
Sounds like a win-win for our institution.
It sure does, doesn't it?
Eric, how about describing for the audience the path that you trod from ACC to Flint, even before this agreement was set in place?
Sure. I started the LPN program at ACC and then completed the RN program in 2011. It's a wonderful resource we have at ACC to be able to do that, and we've turned out a lot of great nurses. The problem was in this area, we're kind of isolated, and we weren't able to, a lot of nurses weren't able to proceed to the bachelor's level that we're looking to accomplish in the nursing profession. I was able to find that through U of M Flint because at the time they had 100% online RN to BSN completion program, which I was able to enroll in and you know, pursue my higher education. With this venture, this joint venture that's coming out with ACC and U of M, it's awesome because it's going to take away a lot of the troubles that I've had. You know, both of you working in colleges know that it's not always easy for students to transfer from a community college to a university. There's a lot of challenges as far as transferring credits and so on and so forth, and so anything that'll help to smooth that is great. It's really great.
Now, as Maris mentioned, the program's designed for practicing RNs. Is that the case with you?
Yes, it is. I work at Alpena Regional Medical Center. I'm a full-time nurse there.
Right. Also might mention to the audience, you've been very diligent in applying for scholarships. So the great deal of your education has been able to be paid for in that manner. Not only because you're an outstanding student as far as your grades go, but also you've just looked around and sought out the opportunities and avail yourself of them where other students maybe just didn't bother.
Oh, absolutely. There's so many scholarships available out there that go unutilized. There's really no excuse, to be honest with you. You put forth the effort, put the applications in, and that's always been a challenge for a lot of people, is paying for the college. There are resources out there. There's a lot of stuff that's available if you just put in the time and the effort. Absolutely.
So the program with U of M Flint is going to be offered through ACC in a combination of some instruction and work on the ground here in Alpena. Some will require travel. I believe I heard maybe once a month or so
Right.
to the University of Michigan Flint campus, so that the students will see what you have to offer, experience the scope of your
Yes.
equipment and personnel and so on, hospital connections. Some of it will be online. Some of it will be in what we call hybrid learning, where it's partial online and partial on-the-ground classes.
Right.
So that guarantees that the students will never be bored.
Nope.
all
We'll
those different
we'll keep them on their toes.
Very good.
Yeah.
And so let's talk about how a person out there in the audience whose interest may have been piqued by this conversation would get started to enroll for classes.
Right.
That'll be starting this fall. You must already have an associate's degree in nursing and the RN licensure. Where does the person go
Right.
next?
So, you know, maybe the RN working at Alpena Regional would be interested in advancing onto the BSN degree. You know, go to umflint.edu, navigate to admissions, apply as a transfer student. You'll make my admit list, and we'll get an RN BSN advisor to design a personalized education plan. And a couple classes that we're teaching, you know, here in Alpena in the fall. So
That's great. And you also have a recruiting event at the hospital
We
coming
do.
up. Is it later this month?
July 17, yeah, July 17 at the hospital.
Is that open to anybody?
Absolutely.
Okay, so
Yep.
just check in with the nursing department at ACC or the hospital.
Yep.
Find out details of showing up, learning more about this program. Thank you both very much for being my guests this morning, and congratulations to both of you on the success that your record exemplifies.
Thank you.
This has been Talk of the Town with Nancy Smithem and Dr. Olin Joyton. For a list of events taking place in Northeast Michigan, visit our website at WBKB11.com and click on Community. This has been a Thunder Bay Broadcasting Corporation production.